I got it in. It arrived yesterday, the Elecraft KH-1 with the Edgewood package and all of the accessories that come with that. A bunch of different things. We're going to go through it right now. All right, once again, Elecraft came up with this new little handheld transceiver called a KH-1. This is the size of it right here. I put it all together last night. Am surprised at how small it is, really. I mean, I knew it was small. I knew it was a handheld transceiver, but it's like literally the size of a thing, okay? It came with, the Edgewood package came with all of this stuff. It comes with this bag here. Very nice bag. Opens up like that. Okay, it's got a zipper pouch here on the top, and inside the top cover, it's got a pouch there and there on the outside, and then it's got some straps out here. You could put it on a belt loop like that. You put it on a belt loop that way, or hold it that way, or hold it that way if you wanted to. It's got an extra place around here for a pin. Comes with this carabiner on top, and then another pin or maybe an antenna or something like that over there. You can put their KX-1 in there, I guess, if you wanted to. Neat little bag. I really like that. I'm kind of a sucker for bags, so there you go. None of this stuff came attached to it. This is the key that came separately. It just pulls right out here. It's got a little 3.5 millimeter jack right there. It goes in the bottom. You can actually turn, I was reading in the manual, this is the key pointed up right now. You can actually turn it where the paddles are down, and you can do it that way, or you can turn it around the other way. That way, if you've got it in the bag, it's not going to protrude out the top, so a little bit safer for carrying it, I guess. But if you're using it, I assume you'd want to put it in this way, like that, and then you can kind of key it right there. So this is the power button on the side over here, and the charging button, or the charging port, rather. And I'm going to go through all this here in a second. It comes with this flap here, and this is where you would put your paper log, would go in here. Now, it didn't come with a paper log, but I learned just like last week or something that the paper logs are actually downloadable and you print them out yourself. So, because someone had made a comment on, like, maybe the happy hour or something, I don't know. They're like, oh, they're going to charge $1 a sheet for the log? No. You download the PDF file and you print it yourself, so that's kind of cool. That's the flap there. It inserts into the side here with these two anchors that are at the top and bottom that are attached to this, and then attached inside of that is this pin here. It comes with this ballpoint pen just right there, and that attaches to the flap on the inside, so you can close that down, have your little pin in there. I always like having an extra pin with me anyway, and then close that down like that. It comes with this antenna that attaches to the side of the unit here, and it's got rubber spacer type things on two sides of the antenna for it to fit more snugly into the side of the case. These are built into the radio. That's not built into the cover, but built into the radio. So it just kind of snaps down right there and snaps into place, so it's all one unit right there. This is the antenna port on the top for this telescoping whip, and then of course you can add your own end-fed half-wave if you want to. So that's the back of the unit there. It comes with this carrying strap for the bag. It comes with a counterpoise with a little fork clip on it. I forget the name of this little blade style connector on that. I just went blank on the name, what that is. It comes with this there's an Allen wrench in here that will allow you to tighten down the key if you want to tighten it down in there and have it a little bit more stable, where it's not going to fall out, especially if you're carrying it in the case and whatnot. This is the power cable that it comes with, and it plugs in right there on the side, and it's bare wires on the other end. So you don't have to worry about proprietary plugs or anything like that. You can simply attach your Anderson power poles to that and go from there. Or you can attach an XT60 connection to it or anything else you want to. Leave it bare wires and put it in your power supply. But that comes with it like that right there. So what I did was I put all this together last night. It's very modular. You didn't have to solder anything. There's no kit building. There's nothing like that. It just came in pieces and you just assembled it. Last night when I was assembling it, it comes with the battery, but the battery's not installed. So what I did to get the battery in, you just pull this little flap right here on the bottom and open that up. And this comes completely off if you want to take it off. This antenna is part of the back cover there, and then it kind of rests against the side. So you can kind of hinge right there. And then this battery comes with it, and it just plugs straight in there. Took me a second to figure out how to route the wire down here to where the door would close properly, but this is how I've got it. So take a look at that. I've got it plugged in right there. There we go. It's got this little proprietary barrel connector here. I don't know how it's not proprietary really, but it's a different size than, it feels like it's a bit smaller size than the outside charging cable. I don't know. I didn't measure it. So, but it comes with the battery out here. It is a 2600 milliamp hour lithium ion rechargeable pack. So again, you just put that in there like this, bring it around here. Just kind of real careful with it. Kind of lay it down in there and tuck the wire down into the side there. And then we put the cover back on it like that. Make sure that that little lip goes underneath this movable piece here. And then you're back in business. And you've got your antenna put down there just like that. This part of the cover here actually clips inside. You have to... It's got these little tabs on it right here. And it fits down inside of the radio here. So when you close the cover, it kind of snaps into place. I hope you heard it snap into place just then. It's not going to come open by itself. So that's nice. I like that. So you have to kind of, you don't want to force it when you're opening it. It's still new also. Kind of lift up on those tabs and then open it up, and there you go. You've got everything you need there. So let's see if we can pick up some signals. I'm not going to do any transmitting of CW right now because I really don't want to embarrass myself. I don't really want to go down that road right now, but, you know, something for a future video. Yeah, so let's put this on here. It'll do shortwave listening on sideband, on certain bands. Probably, the antenna's probably 3 feet tall, roughly, something like that. And it didn't come with a manual, and that's okay. That's okay, because, I mean, who really wants a paper manual these days anyway? It came with a little paperwork that told you how to connect the power supply, I think. I don't remember, something like that. It told you one thing out of a bunch of things. So, but I just went on their website. It's just a PDF file is all it is. So we can go through right here. And the part I was mainly, and it shows you how to do everything I just showed you right there. It shows you how to insert the battery, how to close the back cover there, how to connect the cover. The blue arrows right there are the little tabs on it where the cover inserts into the side of the radio itself. And that's some other stuff there. Tells you about the pin, tells you about the antenna. This right here, this is the part I liked right here. Okay, so when you go here, and I'm going to switch back and forth between this a couple of times. So when I go over here, I've got 4 buttons here. This is your AF, so your volume button down here that's left. You can see on the screen there, it says AF is 27. Okay, it goes up to 30. Not very loud. Most of you CW guys, you're probably going to be using some sort of headphone, especially if you're out in the field. So, you know, it doesn't need to have a loudspeaker. Something this small is not going to have a loudspeaker, and that's okay. It's not a big deal. This is your tune. This is your VFO tune knob, and you can see right there it's on 14254. And I'm not really picking up anything in here, but I've got my antenna horizontally pointed that way right now. I was hoping to pick up something, even if it's a weak signal. I don't know if you can hear that or not. But if you go back to the manual here, what you can do is this is the explanation of all these buttons right here. This is an explanation of all these buttons right here. And you can say, you know, BNC jack, of course. This right here is your SPD plus and minus the words per minute up and down. So if we go back here, we can, you know, this is the words per minute up and down. Goes down to 8 words per minute, and then it goes up to 50, I think. That's like NJ7 Victor level CW. Charlie, that's like Charlie level CW. That's not for me. But it does, you know, 20 words a minute, 18, 16, 14. I'm not sure what difference that makes. Is that meaning that you're listening at that speed? Because it's not listening, but maybe that's what you're expecting to send at. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure how you set words per minute, because usually it's whoever's sending to you is sending at a certain words per minute, and whatever you're sending is up to how fast you key. So I'm not sure even what that is, but, you know, that shows just how inexperienced I am with CW. So these are the up and down buttons there. Turn the volume down a bit. If you long press these, they do something different. So if you long press that, it goes into this menu here, which is the FL menu, which if you look right here, it says, yeah, the receiver FL 1 through 3 attenuator. That's your attenuator. So you can go 0 dB, minus 10, minus 30, and you have the RIT there. So I can go at minus 10, just like that, and then this will exit out of it. So long pressing the buttons does something different. This is the PFN and transmitter power level. So you've got the tuner there. If you long press this button here, the second one from the left, you got the tuner power level. That does something different there. Okay. This is usually the exit key, the one on the far right here. So we go there, span, power, PF3 is test. Wonder how you actually do the power. Hold 2 and select low or high. About 2 watts on low and about 5 watts on high. So if you hold it twice, long press it twice, long press it, it's on low power now, I long press it one more time, and it turns to high power. So there you go right there. Okay, good. And this is a very good manual, breaking down all this stuff, very good. very detailed oriented. So, and we can go into this button here, which is your band and mode, not in auto tune. Hold it down. Okay, so VFO or memory. So we've got 40 meters there, 30 meters, 14.2, which is 20 meters, 18.0, which is 17 meters, and 21, which is 15 meters. So it goes 15 through 40. 17 meters, 20 meters, 30 meters, and 40 meters. So 5 bands, advertises 5 band. I'm not sure what that last menu is in there. And then if you want to change the mode, we can scroll down over here and see how to change mode. Holding band mode brings up this display, yes. Tap 1, 2 to change the last band. To change modes, hold 1. There we go. So holding 1, it's got this plus and minus, so you go to up and down. So we're at the bottom of the list now, CW. We'll hold that. Lower sideband, upper sideband, and that's the top right there. Okay, now I'm on 20 meters, upper sideband. And as far as listening goes, let's see if I can pick up a signal at all. Let me vertically polarize this thing. I'm inside the shack. This is, I don't know if you can hear that. There's a guy talking out there. So it's receiving. It's receiving. And in traditional Elecraft fashion, I suspect that this receiver is fantastic. So it is receiving. So good. Let's put that right there. Make sure I got that out of the way. Okay, because I do want to go through the rest of this menu here. So we can go back. So if we short press that, it goes into RPT 1, 2, and 3. Not sure what those are. RPT. Oh, there it is. RPT. Oh, recording. You can record messages. Okay. Record and play messages. Okay. And then if you long press that, this is the menu. Then you've got all kinds of stuff in this menu right here. Okay. So you turn the AF knob to change menus. You can turn logging off and on. It'll log for you. The key weight, key jack, iambic, firmware version. There's a firmware version. I'm on 1.15 right now. EE initiate, display mode, ATU parameters. ATU mode is bypass. So we're going to have a resonant antenna. Okay, and a lot of menus in there, so you can get into the menu that way. Pretty cool. If you want to operate a radio like this, and you have no idea what I'm doing right now, I highly suggest you go check out Ham Radio Prep. HamRadioPrep.com is a website, and they actually have an app you can download for free on your smartphone, iOS or Android. Get started today. You can learn everything you need to know about ham radio, about getting your first, second, and third ham radio license. Learning CW is an art unto itself. You can listen to single sideband with this radio. You can't transmit single sideband. So this is for CW operators. And Ham Radio Prep, to my knowledge, doesn't have a CW course, but there's plenty of CW courses out there. But the first thing you have to get before you can start learning CW, or before you can start using CW on the air, I should put it that way, is get your ham radio license. Get your technician, get your general, get your extra license. Use hamradioprep.com. You can save a 20% discount with the coupon code of Jason20 off of any of their paid versions of their app. Again, the app is free. You can start learning now. But then when you purchase any of the versions, or you purchase their all-inclusive package, it's going to give you a lot more. It gives you access to videos, lecturers on videos that show you how to do and explain the questions and whatnot. So Ham Radio Prep is sponsoring this video. Thank you for their sponsorship. Be sure to save a coupon code discount of 20% with the coupon code of Jason20. So I'll be interested to hook like a pack antenna, or the spark plug gear antenna, or something like that. So a resonant, here's the cool thing, something I just thought about, a resonant 40 meter end-fed halfway, because guess what? You know what? I don't have to have 80 meters because this radio doesn't do 80 meters. So you've got a shorter antenna with a 40 meter end-fed halfway is usually about 65-ish feet-ish, and an 80 meter end-fed halfway is about twice that, about 130 feet. Well, I don't need 80 meters, an 80 meter antenna for this, because it doesn't go to 80 meters. So I only need 40 through 15. So one of those pack antennas with links cut in it, like the one KH-1 made for me, it'll do 10, 15, 20, and 40, and then you got a link in it cut for 17. That'll do almost everything you need to do, except with the exception of 30 meters on this radio. So a good practice would be to set up a end-fed half wave connected to this and actually do some listening out in the field, which is something I'm going to do. What types of videos would you guys like to see on this radio? I tell you what, I am going to send this radio to Charlie. because I told him that I bought it. I bought this. I should have said this up front also. I purchased this radio. They did not send it to me. Elecraft did not send it to me as a gift or a loaner. I purchased this radio with the Edgewood package. That's all the extra stuff that we talked about today. Because let's face it, my name's Jason, and I buy radios that I don't need. After I purchased it, I sent a message to Charlie on Discord. I'm like, hey, did you see this? He's like, yeah, man, I'd love to have that, but I just bought an FTDX10. I'm like, I tell you what, I'll send you mine if you make some videos with it. And he's like, really? I was like, yeah, man, come on. I mean, it's CW. I mean, it's right up your alley. So let me know what videos you'd like to see me make with this thing, and let me know what videos you'd like to see Charlie make, because he's going to do a lot better CW than I will.